Hello YouTube. I hope that everybody is doing fine with all the virus going on, and I'm still at home obviously, as I'm always, and I still cannot send any packages out. And but before that, I want to thank everybody who excuse me, donated and tipped me via PayPal, and I greatly appreciate it. I wasn't expecting it, so it was a nice positive surprise in my otherwise bad luck ridden life. So thank you again for all the people who donated, and so I'm still at home and am not able to send out any packages and therefore have zero sales. But meanwhile I'm still working, and today I want to show you my new system, which is called H.E.D.S, H-E-D-S, which stands for HAYRI'S Echo Display System. This way I can make all different products under one name, and it will be easier and it is shorter than my usual naming pattern. So I first wanted to show you another update on my altimeter code that I worked on, and also had a try with a flag, and this particular one, as you know, is the American flag. And please don't get upset if I didn't do your flag, or that I prefer the American flag. I was just kind of idea that I had, and it was easy enough to make with the stripes and the stars. So that was that. So this is the new altimeter code that I found, edited, and this is a mixture of 3 different codes plus my ideas and bitmaps. So this is the startup screen. Here you can adjust if you know your elevation with the rotary encoder. If you know your elevation, you can put your elevation in. If you know the air pressure, the current air pressure, you can put that in, and it shows you also your current temperature. It works with the BMP 180 sensor, and then you click the button, and then you get to this screen, and which shows up here the voltage that the battery voltage. Currently it's 5 volt because I'm powering to the USB. This is actually a older board that had the SPI input, so I'm using the display with the SPI on here. And then it shows you your temperature also, your elevation, your altitude, and your Q and H and Q and E settings, which you can switch again by pressing the button. And this is the actual sea level. So that would be, this is used when you fly above a certain elevation, which is, I think in UK it's like 3,000 feet. So that everybody has the same altitude when they're flying. But if you're while taking off and landing, you switch to Q and H, yes, and here you can also adjust your elevation, and of course it will change with your, I'm 237 meters up sea level, above sea level. So if I adjust it like this here, I can go, even if I drive around, it goes lower and higher depending on the elevation, of course. So this is the altimeter. It will also be available in feet, so your altitude will be shown in feet and the temperature in Fahrenheit, obviously. So that was that. And I did design a PCB just for this, actually, with any code that will use a rotary encoder. So let me show you the PCBs I made. This was actually the second version of the H.E.D.S PCB. This one is 4 o'clock, which still use I have it here, which still uses the mechanical switch, navigation switch. And now I did get rid of the mechanical, and I'm doing it all with touch sensors. So this one is obsolete already. These were ordered by Park, and I only have 3, so it's not a big deal. So this is the final version. This is actually the 4 touch sensor PCB, this one here. And I will show you in an example over here in a second. So this has touch sensors, USB for charging, and on-off switch on the bottom. And of course the 5 NeoPixels. And I'm going to show it. Okay, I also have a PCB with 3 touch sensors and the USB on the side, depending how it's gonna get mounted or how you're gonna use it. I'm gonna have several others. I actually do already, but they're ordered, they're shipped, but I'm waiting. They did not arrive as of yet. And this is the PCB with the rotary encoder for the altimeter code or any code that needs a rotary encoder. And actually this can also be used with a potentiometer. So the encoders are like this. The potentiometers I have ordered because the ones I have don't have the tabs for soldering it down, and this would be just not strong enough to hold there. So then you will have a knob, and then you can adjust the code or menu or whatever it is with the rotary encoder. Plus it still has 2 touch sensors here, and the USB input will be on the side. So this is another version, and this will also have a panel like this. For now I ordered it in PCB with as a PCB, and put those away anyway. So these are also ordered, and this is the back piece. So the PCB goes in the middle, and then you have standoffs, and then this is the front, and the side is 3D printed. This is the one for the square. So I also ordered a long time ago the front panels in carbon fiber. Of course they will be similar to this. This is for the 1.3-inch OLED with the cutout. This one doesn't have a cutout. It has the holes for NeoPixels and is for the color display for the 1.3-inch, again, square IPS color display. So I ordered panels like this. Of course this is a cutout, and I also ordered panels without the NeoPixel holes for any code that doesn't use it. And then the back piece can be as simple as a square like this, or where did I put those PCBs? I will pause the video for a second and come back. Okay, so these are the backplate PCBs as are on here, and this is the standalone if you have it just like this. This is a version with a hole, so you can make it as a keychain, as it's written down there. And then I have a version with slots for 22mm wrist straps, so you can actually wear it on your wrist. And if you get it like this, you can just take the 4 screws off and replace it with the keychain, and or with the wrist with a watch band. So then it will look like this, and so it will become a wearable. So these are the things, and these I all ordered, but I'm waiting for shipping. I can receive packages very slow, but I cannot send any. So anyhow, without further ado, I wanted to show you the code that I made for this. And here you can see actually a soft start of the display. With these new PCBs, they all will be like that. There is no flickering, no nothing. And this is actually a demo of a remote that I want to make for my car. And it could be also used as a standalone display in the car to show various info. So this is obviously my car. It's a Chrysler 300 Touring or station wagon. And here I simulated opening and closing. This is to lock. This is to unlock, which blinks twice. And you can see how the touch sensor works. You don't need mechanical switches no more. You just touch it. And on this side I have the check engine light, for example. That can come on. And then you have engine, you have a battery meter, voltmeter, warning. Of course, these are just mid maps. They can be anything else. They can be placed anywhere. So this is one of the projects that I'm working on. And it will be, if it's a remote, it will be two-way communication, of course. So you will get feedback. So when you touch here, it will show you the blinking maybe, or maybe not. Maybe it will show you just when the car actually does acknowledge the signal and then sends back, and then you get the blinking. So this is it. And USB charging is on the bottom, on-off switches over here. This is just for me now, so I can upload code. This will be not open. And this is it. This is my, of course, since I didn't get the carbon fiber panels yet that I ordered, I just went ahead and cut one of the back plates off and just cut a square opening into it, and with a lot of filing to get it neat. So that's why you see the cut off text over here. So obviously on the back it will be just normally only shown on the back. There is nothing on the front, no worries. So the front is black, I mean plain. So this is my head system. I have many other codes in the works. All the clock, GPS and whatnot will be all with the system. And what this system also does is, hold on a second. Oops, I'm sorry. So my new gear indicator will be also based on the color display now. And the size that I choose for this was so it will fit. Actually, it's the first time I'm actually putting it into GoPro. It will fit in a GoPro. So this is a waterproof case for a GoPro session, which you can find online. And this is it. So it can be also used in a waterproof case. I will also make a can gauge version for the color display in the small one. I have it already for the big one with 10 neopixels, so I will also have a smaller one with 5 neopixels on top. And it will also be able to use it on a bike, for example, and in the waterproof case. So that was the reason why I did choose this size. And as always, I wanted to make as small as possible. So that's why it's cramped like that. And the empty spaces you see here, these are actually the touch sensors on the front and back. Of course, these will also be able to have a buzzer or a speaker, and the LDR for automatic dimming of the display, as you can see here. So this is the clock code that still needs a little bit of editing, and here you can see the value of the touch sensor, not of the touch sensor, of the LDR, and it does dim. Of course not as much during day, and because I cannot cover it all the way, but you get the idea. So this will also be a GPS with my GPS module. So now I don't know if anybody is still watching, but I wanted to add a poll to the video and asking if I should do a Patreon page or not. Right now you can use my Banggood affiliate link to order stuff and help me out with that, or you can donate money through PayPal. And I'm also thinking about having a Patreon page where you can show other things, share PCB schematics, codes and whatnot. But before I do all that, I wanted to know if anybody would be interested in that. I did have a few people asking me in the past if I do have a Patreon page, and back then I didn't, but now with no sales I have to come up with other ways to get the income. And I live in Bulgaria. It's not like I can go out and get a regular daytime job, especially with all the virus going on. Everything is shut down, all the stores are closed. So, and I don't know how long it's gonna take still till they open. So that's what I was gonna do, and I just looked on the internet how to add a poll. I will add a poll to the video about probably here. So I would appreciate if you say yes, no, or just don't poll, or don't leave your comment. So that was that. I'm sure I did forget stuff again, but I'll leave it for the next video. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Stay safe, everybody. Stay at your home if you have to. Not that I personally think it does bring much, but that's what the government says, and you voted for them, so you have to abide by their rules. So thanks for watching again. Thank you for everybody who supports me, and take care.